Hi, this is Dr. Victoria Skirbo speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. I had a request to look at the Numerology and Kabbalah of Nancy Pelosi, the present minority leader, soon to be perhaps the majority leader in the House of Representatives. She was a majority leader from, let's see, what was it? I have it written down here. Let me find it. 2007 to 2011, and the minority leader from 2011 to 2019. And we still don't know if she is going to be the minority leader, a majority leader in the new Congress. But it's looking good for her for that. And she got some challenges, thinking that people want her some new blood in there. But she is a seasoned professional, and her numbers sort of suss that out. And I think I might have even been one of those people who thought that we need a little bit more of a progressive message in the Democratic Party. But I think that she has the ability to straddle both the more progressive and then the more sort of, I guess, corporate Democrat that's in there. So, and we'll see why. Okay, so we have, I'm going to pull her numbers here. See if you can see that. Oh, I don't think you can, actually. Let me just, you'll have to excuse me. This is not the greatest way to do it, but, okay. So here we have her full name at birth. We have Nancy Patricia D'Alessandro. That is her maiden name. She was born March 26, 1940. Okay, and she is an Aries. Okay, that is the sign of the warrior, and she certainly has that nature about her. So when you do the numbers, and when you look to see how to get the numbers for a person, you take the vowels and separate them out, and then you take the consonants and separate them out. And I'm going to try to, there we go, I think that's better. Okay, so if we separate out all the vowels, we get her inner soul vibration. Her inner soul vibration is a 41.5 vibration. I don't just use the 5. A lot of numerologists just use the base number. I also use these higher numbers, and they're all connected with cards, tarot cards. And so her soul vibration is a 41.5, and this is the tarot card associated with that. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups. So at the core, she's very emotional, sensitive. The 5 vibration makes her very freedom-loving. So this is somebody who can't be told what to do necessarily. The 5 is the number of freedom, but it has to be freedom based on responsibility in order for it to be valid freedom. Okay? So at the core of who she is, she listens to her gut, her instincts, her emotional instincts, and then she's always going to do sort of her own thing. She's always going to do it her own way with that 5. Now, if you add up all the consonants, we have the consonants adding up as the 60/6 vibration. 6 is the number of community. It's the number of responsibility. So this is somebody who faces life in a very responsible manner. The consonants are the outer personality vibration. It's the vibration, sort of the male vibration. It's the Nancy Pelosi that you might meet. And so we meet somebody who's quite responsible. This is a vibration, is actually an air vibration. It's connected with this card right here. Okay, the 6 of Swords. And this is somebody who can move us into calmer waters, which is, I think, is going to be very helpful for her. Okay, so we have this outer personality. This is associated with Aquarius. So this particular number, and so you always have to put the Aquarius vibration on top of that. And of course, the Aquarius vibration at its best works towards the common good. So we have somebody who's very emotional, and yet on the inside, and yet on the outside, she is very mental. Okay. Now, if you add these two vibrations up, we get her expression vibration. The expression vibration is how somebody balances the inner and outer self. And when we add it up, we get an 11 vibration. And of course, this is the card for 11. So this is the Justice card. And so in order for her to have balance between that sort of inner, freedom-loving, emotional self and that more outer, community-oriented, responsible mental self, she really needs to balance the scales. And that is not easy for anybody. All right, so your name actually holds a lot of your past. So in the soul we see, in the soul vibration, we see what she has worked on for lifetimes within her soul. And in the outer personality vibration, we see talents and abilities. So she has a talent to take us out of the more challenging waters into the calmer seas, over to the other side, over to the other side of things. Now, so your name is what you come in with. It's the energy that you have. Your birthday, the day that you're born, is called your life lesson. And if we add up her vibration for her birthday, we have a 3 at 326. We add that, that's a 29. 1940 is a 14. We add all that together, we get a 43.7 vibration. The 43.7 vibration is, first of all, it's a 7 vibration at the base. And so she has come in to understand who she is. 7 is about self-analysis. This is the card associated with that. We have the 3 of Cups. So on a certain level, she's come in to understand herself. She's come in to find joy and happiness, camaraderie. This card is associated with friendship. In fact, the word friendship vibrates to a 43.7. Okay. So she's come in to learn about herself. And it's also an emotional card. And so she's come to learn about her emotions. Sometimes when you have this vibration as a major number, your emotions can be overflowing. When we get to this card, we see that she's perhaps learning how to come to understand why she's feeling the way she's feeling. Okay. Now, the last number that I do, the last major number I like to look at is the shadow vibration. And this is a vibration that most numerologists don't work with. You get it by adding her first name, Nancy, which vibrates to a 21. Incidentally, everybody whose first name is Nancy vibrates to a 21. 21 is associated with the planet Saturn. So if you're a Nancy, you're a very responsible person. So if they call you a Nancy, it's a good thing. All right, you add that to the 26 and we get a 4711 vibration. So she has a shadow 11 vibration, meaning that she struggles with that balance. And this is the card associated with that. Okay? This is the card associated with that vibration. And this is a familiar card for people who watch my readings, because this card comes up an awful lot with Trump. This is a card of not deciding what to choose. Like, what do I choose? What do I choose? And there's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of obfuscation. There's a lot of illusion. These 7 cups actually kind of symbolize the 7 deadly sins. And so she has been, I'm sure, during her life, been offered many of these, we'll say, deadly things, deadly, sinny things. And she has to choose between them. Now, when you have an 11 as a shadow, you also have difficulty in relationships. You can have codependent relationships. And I don't know what her relationship is with her husband. She's been married since, I think, 1963. So she's been married a long time. All right. So those are her major numbers. Now, the other thing I want to point out is where her major numbers fall on the Tree of Life. And here we have the Tree of Life right here. And what you can do with the Tree of Life is you can look to see where these numbers fall. Now, all the major numbers are highlighted in pink, so in case you want to know where they are. I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can. Okay, so her soul vibration, the 41.5 is located in Kether, at the top of the Tree of Life. Kether means crown. That's what the word Kether means. This is where we have unity consciousness. This is the root of all the elements. We have the root of water here, the root of air, the root of fire, and the root of earth. The 41.5 is the root of water. And so we have this overflowing sense of love, unconditional love flowing out from God. We have the the dove of peace here. And so this is actually quite a very lovely vibration. So her soul connects to that sense of unconditional love. It is associated with the crown chakra. It's very important for her as a soul to be connected to something greater and higher than herself. I don't know what her spirituality is, but she, on some level, she knows that she's not really in charge, but that spirit is in charge. Okay, the outer personality vibration, the 60/6 vibration, that more mental vibration, this one here, okay, is located right here in Tiphereth. Tiphereth Tiphereth means beauty, okay? It is in the center of the tree of life, and it is connected to the heart chakra, okay? And so outer personality-wise, she is heart-centered, okay? And of course, with the 6, we're dealing with the sense of community. And so she does really care about her constituency, okay? And then the expression, the balance vibration, the justice card is right here. This sits right here. And justice connects Gabura, which is the Sephiroth connected to Mars, and Tiphereth, which is connected to the sun. It also connects the throat chakra with the heart chakra. And so this is somebody, in order to find balance in her life, must always speak from the heart. She always needs to speak with love. Gabura is a place of instant karma. And so if she does do the opposite of what I just said, she will get hurt for it. So it doesn't pay for her to be snarky. It really doesn't. Okay, now her life lesson vibration is up here, 43/7, in a place on the tree of life called Baina. Baina is associated with the divine feminine. People who, women especially, who have numbers in Baina are often the first of something. Okay, so she was the first speaker of the house, first female speaker of the house. Her life lesson being here 7, part of her understanding of who she is comes from her understanding of who she is as a woman, and the importance to her of being a woman and understanding what it means to suffer because of being a woman. And so, she is in Aries. She was born in 1940. Those women didn't really, that was before women's lib. So, she is a real sort of force for women. Okay, and that's part of her understanding how to be a woman, how to be a powerful woman in really a man's world. Okay, and her shadow, and the shadow vibration again is this vibration here. Okay, and it's here located in a place on the tree of life called Netzach. Netzach is associated with Venus. Venus is the planet, of course, associated with the feminine. And also when you have issues here in Venus, you're going to have issues with self-worth and self-esteem. And so she came in with this need to heal that in herself. She heals it through her relationships. This is actually a Scorpio vibration. And so there is this part of her that needs to let go of attachments around her relationships in order to heal that. Now, what's interesting about the shadow vibration is if you come in a lifetime and you heal it, it actually becomes the thing that you're known for. This particular vibration is located in the solar plexus, her solar plexus. Your solar plexus is your sense of self-worth, self-esteem, but it's also your sense of autonomy and your rights to yourself, your personal will. And so, as far as I can tell, she certainly has been able to put her personal will out there, and yet she has to do it using the 11 vibration. So it has to be balanced. There needs to be a sense of fairness, okay, with this. She can't run roughshod over people, and it seems to me that she has this capacity to create consensus and bring people together, and this is the kind of energy that's very, very important. Now, there's a couple of things I want to point out that I think are very significant. This is her divine triangle. You get a divine triangle by taking her name, first and second name, and putting it around these squares. And we have her first name, Nancy, and then we have Patricia up to the R. And then in here we put the birthday. We put the month, the day, and the year. So in the center here we have her life lesson, which we know is that 43-7. But here we have something called her youth square. And her youth square is connected to her past, her past lives, and her family life. Now it's interesting because her youth squares are 32-5. The 32-5 vibration is this vibration right here. It's also the vibration that vibrates to America. Okay, and it is the vibration of both the shadow of America and I believe the path of life of America. And so she's very connected to America, even as a young woman or as a young girl. Her father, I believe, was a politician. I think he might have been the mayor of Baltimore or something like that. So she's always had this sort of, she comes from a political family. Okay, so and that has its own challenges. We also have a 5 here, which sort of vibrates with the 5 that she has in her soul. So there was probably much activity, and she probably had more freedom than most girls her age during her growing up, because especially growing up Italian. I was raised by Italians, and they're pretty strict about their girls. But I think that perhaps her family was so community oriented that there was less of that